When war last came to the edges of Lebanon's capital nearly 2 decades ago, Bilal Sahlab drove his family to a secluded mountain town, rented an apartment, and waited out the bombing. This time round, there's no car, no rent money, and no sense of when hostilities may end. A 5-year economic meltdown has devalued the pound, cost him his savings, bringing his monthly salary down from more than $5,000 to barely $500.
This definitely affected us, on our living standards and our daily routines. I'm telling you, before everything was better. Now I'm not doing enough for my family and children. I mean, just remembering my family, how they were affected. I cry every day, every day.
He sent his wife and children to live with his in-laws for their safety, while he stayed in Dahia to keep working. Many of Beirut's southern suburbs, like Dahia, have been on edge since an Israeli airstrike on their neighborhood last week killed a top Hezbollah military commander, along with 5 civilians. That same day, the leader of Palestinian militant group Hamas was also assassinated in Tehran. Hezbollah and other allies of Iran have vowed to retaliate against Israel. Many in Dahia feared the airstrike signaled hostilities, playing out in parallel to the Gaza war, but so far mostly contained to the border with Israel, were now hitting home. Residents told Reuters they'd begun searching for apartments in safer areas further north, but demand has sent rent prices in those areas spiking, sometimes reaching $1,000. Taxi van driver Majed Zeatar has moved his wife and 5 children 35 miles north to stay with his brother's family in a small apartment.
There are a lot of people who left the area because of the ongoing situation. And there are people who want to leave but cannot leave because of their financial status, and no one is able to help them. This is the main reason.
But those like Bilal Sahlab hope tensions across the Middle East will cool.
Now it's a psychological war more than a normal war. It is just a psychological one. Nothing will happen, God willing. The war will not happen.
اليوم نود أن نتحدث في هذه المناسبة.
In a televised speech on Tuesday, the leader of Hezbollah promised a strong and effective response to the assassination of its military commander by an Israeli strike.
لو حصل ذلك
Saeed Hassan Nasrallah said the Lebanese Shia militia group would wait for the right moment to respond, but did not hint on its form or timing. And he said all international attempts at persuading Hezbollah not to retaliate were futile. There was no comment from the Israeli military. A July 30th strike killed Fuad Shukr in a Beirut suburb. He is the most senior Hezbollah figure killed in nearly 10 months of conflict with Israel.
إن شاء الله بالشعائر المناسبة.
Nasrallah's promise of vengeance comes amid rising fears that the Middle East could tip into full-blown war. Hezbollah is the most powerful regional militia armed and equipped by Iran. Iran has promised to retaliate after an explosion in Tehran killed Ismail Haniyeh, the political leader of the Palestinian Hamas Islamist group. Iran blames Israel.
On Ismail Haniyeh, we are not commenting on that particular incident.
Israel has not claimed responsibility for Haniyeh's death. Hezbollah earlier on Tuesday said it launched a swarm of attack drones at northern Israel. A Reuters video filmed drones over the city of Nahariya. Israel said 2 civilians were injured. While Nasrallah spoke, plumes of smoke were spotted over the Israel-Lebanon border. The White House on Tuesday said U.S. President Joe Biden spoke with the leaders of Qatar and Egypt to discuss efforts to de-escalate tensions in the region.